made the mistake of pointing at those, well, I did point at those plots or cemetery plots on somebody's land there. Hopefully you can see it, but it's there. It's customary sometimes if you have property and you want to bury your loved ones on their ground, then you bury them there. No big deal. My little puppies came with me. They adopted me sometime this year, at the beginning of the year, and they're still with me. This is Nutmeg. That one over there is Ebony. So I named them after trees that you can find here in Jamaica. Of course, nutmeg is a spice, and ebony is a wood that produces very pretty black wood. So here is a field of scallion. Scallion is really popular to grow in St. Elizabeth. So that's a scallion field there. Looks like we're going some pumpkin over here. Yeah, so we're gonna walk back down the hill. Yeah. So I'm so excited this morning to let you know. For the past few months, I've been trying to lose some weight, and I'm now down 22 pounds. I just got on the scale this morning. I'm down 22 pounds. Yay, go me. Well, what time is it? Right now, it's almost 8 a.m., I believe. Oh, thank you for following me from Iamwara, from Florida. I appreciate the follow. My mic is low because I'm filming on my phone, and I actually need to get a new phone. And I was hoping that some of my supporters could help me out because I need a camera, and I would love to bring you all more exciting things that are going on in Jamaica and just news um, of the black diaspora here and abroad in Africa. So if you would like to help out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. You can find me on Cashapp at $riotrevolt. And if you don't know, Riot Revolt is an organization that I am a co-founder of. And what it is, it stands for Revolutionary International. What am I doing? Revolutionary International Organization for Workers. The T is trabajadores, which means workers in Spanish. Yeah, so we support the workers, and that includes unemployed persons. Um, I might be in Jamaica and I travel, but like I told you all, I am in exile. It was a voluntary exile because of all of the things I was going through in America. But this is not the trauma stage, this is the triumphant stage of my life. So I am, you know, I'm triumphing over the pain that I experienced in America. And what helps me do that is this right here, connecting with nature. Um, yeah, so I love to connect with nature. And for the walk back, I usually take off my shoes and I ground on the way back home. So, yeah, the nature here is just astoundingly beautiful. So, this is the little lane that because no one else is going to do it. And yeah, so that's why I'm out here. Let's see. It's kind of sunny. Let me see if I can read what you're saying. Uh, Give me a second. Yes, it's already hot because I'm sweating. Ah, welcome from Brooklyn. That is where I'm actually from. I was born and bred in Brooklyn, New York, um, on Utica Avenue, which turns into, not ironically, but it turns into Malcolm X Boulevard in Queens, or also Malcolm Shabazz. Yeah. And fun fact, I actually attended Medgar Evers College, and that's also in Brooklyn. And the reason I went to Medgar Evers College is because I wanted to meet Betty Shabazz. Unfortunately, she was um, in a house fire in her home, and her grandson got blamed for that fire back in the 90s when I was attending Medgar Evers College. Um, so I didn't get to meet her, but I'm so glad that I got to attend that school where she also taught. East Flatbush, okay, I'm very familiar with that side of town. My auntie, we used to visit her a lot there by Prospect Park in Brooklyn. Yeah, so Brooklyn was my stomping grounds uh, back in the day, definitely. Oh, nobody parties in the world like the people from Brooklyn. I remember I used to go to parties and I would come out and it would be daylight. Exiting the basement or whichever party that we attended. Thank God there was no Facebook back then because, yeah, it would have been a mess. But I'm so glad you get to walk with me this morning. I don't feel so alone out here. But look at that. There's all types of medicinal plants here that you can harvest and make yourself well when you are in places like the Caribbean or in Africa. Even in Brooklyn, you can go to different parks and forage for different medicinal plants and make your teas and tinctures. So, let's see. Good morning. Oh, thanks for joining from South Florida. Yes, it's true. No one parties like Brooklyn. Oh, but however, um, I think I found the second. Okay, so I'm gonna rank them in places that I've been, and as far as my favorite party places, number one, Brooklyn, and that's only because that was my first experience ever going to clubs, listening to music, and just going out, having a great time. But as an adult, the places I love to party is Zanzibar. It's an island off of the East African coast of Tanzania. And when I tell you it gave me Brooklyn vibes, yes, because we partied till wee hours of the morning, and it was just fun to say when I called my kids up, hey, guess what? I'm in the bar in Zanzibar. Okay, so that was really cool. Um, and it's really safe there. I've never had a problem. And then the second, well, yeah, the second place that I love to party outside of America is Cape Town, South Africa. Oh my God. there was so many um, Nigerians in South Africa, but they turn up the party experience over there in Cape Town. And whenever I would go out, I would always have a really good time, get bottles, um, and just, yeah, it was a good vibe partying there in Cape Town. The street parties I used to love here in Jamaica when I would visit, like in my 20s. But of course, all of that has changed. I rarely go out to a street party. Um, yeah, because it's not the safest thing to do. But I still like to go out and listen to music. So sometimes I'll go to a bar or something like that and drink a cold red stripe and vibe out to good reggae music. But yeah. Oh, you heard of it? Yes, you need to go. Zanzibar is a vibe, and they have really good. Um, they had a bit like when you hear about Africa, do not let them fool you to think Africa is poor. And as a matter of fact, somebody gave a good analogy the other day. They said Africa pours into everything else. That's why you think it's poor. But I bet I went on the biggest ferry that I've ever been on in my life. And it's not just that it's a big ferry, but it's a super speed ferry that took me from the coast of Tanzania to Zanzibar, and it took about 2 or 2.5 hours to go across the water. But when I tell you the experience was so relaxing, so peaceful, it was so clean on the boat, it was just an awesome experience to be in Africa and take this big ship voluntarily to another island. Yeah, so, and I believe the fare was only about 50 US dollars because I wasn't a citizen of Tanzania. And because I wasn't a citizen, then I had to pay the $20 for the super speed yacht. But it was so fancy and definitely worth it. And that's $50 each way. Are y'all coming? Yes, they have their hands in Africa because uh, they was, they're directly siphoning from Africa. But Africa, thank God, is standing up to the tyranny and finally saying, hands off Africa. We are going to manage our own wealth and finances. So I'm excited about that. You know, that's going to mean many changes for us here. And I would love to go to Africa again. Um, I heard that I am Marwa is having a housewarming in November. I would love to go there. Hopefully, I can raise the funds and take you guys along with me to Kenya. I only visited Kenya one time. I did have a good time there too. Anywhere I go, I'm going to try to find a party because I love hanging out with the local people to get a really good vibe of the community and the food and culture. Yeah. So wherever I am, I opt to be local and not go the tourist route. That's just my preference because if I wanted to be, you know, a tourist, I would be in an expat community, but I live right in a community with local people. I don't believe there's any expats in my area. And yeah, I love it. And here's another one before I get home. I'm going back to Brooklyn. Um, yeah, I'm not sure when I'll be back in Brooklyn. However, I'm in Jamaica, so this is where you can find me now. Um, you can put a stamp in your passport and come. You're welcome. Anyhow, I'm done with my walk. Gonna head home. Hello. And I guess I'll talk to you guys another time. Thanks for coming on the walk with me this morning.